I fucking hate women. They have smaller brains. They're only good for breeding and dishes. They're like bears. You got a big motion, loud noises. Woman! You walk in a restaurant and yell woman, every woman in the place looks. Because men control women.
Whether you're a social justice warrior or you're a hardcore Republican, whatever, your people, your representatives are stealing from you. They are robbing from you. They are not representing you. I mean, and I hate to just be getting on the liberal side, but oh god, get the sponsors in there, my Mormon friends. I hate to be just on the liberal side, but think about it. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, the man of the people. He's going to get you all jobs. He's going to get you all this free stuff. That's Bernie. He's going to do it for you, the man of the people. He sold out for money. Hillary did not win. He won. Hillary paid off the Democratic National Party. They were broke. Sorry, liberals, you weren't giving enough money to the Democrats. The Democrats were broke. Bernie Sanders won. Bernie Sanders does not have Hillary Clinton's money. Bernie Sanders sold out. She paid him off. And she paid off the DNC. She took her money from her nonprofit and put it into the DNC. That is why Hillary Clinton was your representative. So, old Bernie, man of the people, he didn't give two shits about any of you that wanted him to win. He sold out. He fucking took the money. That's why he has 4 fucking houses. He drives a car that costs $160,000. What socialist? What part of socialism is that? That's not socialism. That's capitalism. He sold himself out. I don't know why anybody that's on that side would even allow him to speak anymore. Because he sold you out. He took the money. He sold you out. Find somebody else. Jesus, at least Octavia Orozco or whatever that young lady's name is that won in the 14th District in New York. She may be in over her head. She may be totally in over her head. Guaranteed she didn't think she was going to win. But at least she's trying. And at least she's still trying to tote that socialist line, even if it's fucking ridiculous. But she's going to sell out too, guys. She's going to take the money. You know why? Because it's like I said before. You're worried about $100. I get it. I am too. If I gotta give $100 out, if I gotta just hand $100 to somebody, I'm gonna be like, I could have bought more Pepsis. I get it. But you're not thinking about the type of money that those people are dealing with. When you're talking about $1 billion changes anyone. Changes anyone. You will kill your own mother when we're talking about that kind of money. Or they will have your mother killed when we're talking about that kind of money. She's going to sell out. I don't even know where I was going with all this.
What's the breakdown on $1 billion? You can spend over $1 million a day and still not spend $1 billion.
Yeah, I don't know what the breakdown is because the thing that people don't understand is even if you take $1 billion, take $1 billion and you put it in a fucking savings account, the interest alone, you're gonna have a hard time spending the interest on it. And when you're talking about when you're talking about $1 billion, your checking account. When you go look at your checking account, and they're like, "Ooh, it's a savings account. We're going to give you 1.2% on all the money you keep in your savings account." That's not billionaires. Billionaires they're probably getting 10% of their money. That money changes. What you don't know is they make money by the second. So by the fucking second. So for example, when you get paid, and it goes to your bank, it doesn't immediately go in your bank account. It gets put in this big fund. So you get paid, and your money goes into this big fund. It goes into this big fund that the bank has. And then the bank wires that money all around the world. And when it comes back, it's bigger. Gets to the bank, and comes back to the bank, and then they put it in your bank account, and you're like, ooh, look it, it's Friday, I got paid. And they just made $1 billion off of your money because they sent it all around the world. So
It's full of money.
that's the thing that, some people don't understand. If it's 6 o'clock here in the United States, it's not 6 o'clock in Tokyo. So if the world is 24 hours, that means you can make money 24 hours. And that's how they do it. They send it all around the world and they make that money. They get interest off that money from going bank to bank to bank. So they're making money off of your money and you don't even know they're doing it. But once you get to, there's a certain club, right? It's called the six-figure club. For us middle-class people, I'll never get to the six-figure club. There's too many guns, man. Oh, God, there's too many guns. You guys need to slow down on the new gun production. I'm falling desperately behind. Anyways, the six-figure club is once you save 6 figures, your interest rates automatically change. You go into a higher bracket because you're starting to be a member of the club. Once you go into the Millionaires Club, you go into a higher bracket. So these people, realistically, they're making money off of doing nothing. Nothing. If you have $1 million and you live modest, if you have $1 million and you have it in a fucking savings account and you live modestly, probably like we're living right now, you won't ever have to work. And that $1 million will just sit there. And you'll just get a check from the bank every month of interest. So when you're talking about people that have billions of dollars, like, what's his name? Mr. Coca-Cola. I bought Coca-Cola, I raised the price 3 cents, and I made fucking like $1 billion.
Yeah. I can't
God,
what's his name.
Anyways, all your bigwigs, like, when they're working and they're trying to make money, right? Like, they're doing that for fun. They really are. They're doing it because they're good at it, or they're doing it for fun. They don't have to do it. They have so much money that they couldn't spend it. Bill Gates gave away $30 million. He gave away $30 million. It did not scratch the surface of his wealth. And Bill Gates has been, when you think about it, Bill Gates has been out of the game for a while. Did not scratch the surface of his wealth. Didn't touch it. I guarantee you, that $30 million that he gave away, he got back in a tax write-off for giving that $30 million away.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. You look at Warren Buffett. When you have Warren Buffett kind of money, like right now, Warren Buffett with his kind of money, if he wasn't working the stock market, if he wasn't trying to figure out how to make his investors more money, if he wasn't doing that, and he turned around and he said, I want to ruin this country. He has that kind of money. He has that kind of money where he could do that. Where he could pay off enough people to get whatever he wants done. Indirectly, he probably does that anyways. Indirectly, he probably has, and I'm just spitballing here, but I'll bet he's got 30 people that get paid to sit down at the House and Senate in the hallways waiting for Senator so-and-so to come out so he can be like, hey, Coca-Cola, or whatever he's pushing that month, Ford trucks, whatever he's pushing, there are people, they're greasing the skids. They're just greasing the skids. That's what you do. If he's in business, he knows this. But when you're just talking about money that you can't comprehend, Okay, when I say $1 billion, like that, you're talking about pallets and pallets and pallets of $100 bills that you can't even fucking imagine, and we lose it all the time. All the time. Your government is like, your government is like a 3-year-old with a checkbook. All the time. They flew a C-130 in Iraq with 30 pallets of $100 bills. Stacked this high. So go look at a pallet next time you're at Costco buying your fucking 14 gallons of soap. Look at the pallet that it's on. Stacked this high of $100 bills in a C-130, full, packed it in there, flew it into Iraq, big plane, flew it, guards, people with machine guns, plane lands. They don't know what happened to any of that money. They don't know what happened to it. You understand? They don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. Disappeared. We don't know. It's gone. Some people came and picked it up, and it just disappeared. 1/7 found Saddam's money. Some of his money, not all of his money. But we have this truck that's called a 7-ton. Any of you mofos that were in the military, you know how big a 7-ton is. It's probably like it'd be like a big rider truck. We filled those 7 tons. Once again, this is the beginning of the war. We filled those 7 tons with $100 bills. Because Saddam Hussein liked collecting gold bars and $100 bills. We filled 8 7-tons with $100 bills. Don't know how much money was there. Nobody bothered counting it. We should have drove into Syria and then into Turkey somehow and then back to the United States and had a big party. But they took that money to the airfield and that money disappeared. I mean, try and ask anybody in the government to account for the wealth that we recovered from Iraq. I'm just talking about the gold bars or the $100 bills. Account for those. You know that our government knows where every $100 bill. Well, our government can account for every $100 bill through serial numbers. So account for it. Where is those billions of dollars that we took from Iraq? What they're going to say is they redistributed. That amount of wealth, you would be able to see something. There would be a park bench with somebody's name on it, or some grass somewhere, something. They didn't redistribute it. They're fucking stealing it like madmen. Stealing it like madmen. And paying off this person, to pay off this person, to pay off this person. That's all they're doing. That is all they're doing. They're robbing you blind. I guess I would be more of an anarchist than anything right now, because I think that realistically, leave Trump in the White House, put him in that chair, give him an unlimited Twitter feed, and then fire every single person in the House and Senate. Fire every single one. And then gather, I don't know how many people that is. What is that? 500 and some odd? I don't know how many people that total is. It's a lot of people. Fire them all. And then gather the smartest people in the United States. And I'm not talking about through votes or anything. Ask them if they want to be a representative. If they say yes, make them leave. If they say they don't want anything to fucking do with it, say, too bad, your government needs you, 4 years, you're here, make it so. Fire all those people, because there's nobody in there that's doing us any good. They're not. None of them. I mean, look at the Democrats lit John McCain on fire. When he tried to run as president, they lit him on fire. They called him every name in the book. Those very people who were sitting there and praising him and singing songs and doing all that bullshit called him every name in the book. And then now, somehow he's a hero. Somehow he's our hero. John McCain is our guy. They're all full of shit. Every one of them. And that, honestly, I am surprised they have not killed Trump. I think the only reason why they haven't killed Trump is because Trump is not interested in running the government. Because Trump has just been sitting there going, I don't care what you guys do, just make it look like I did it. That's the only reason why he hasn't been killed. Because he's an outsider. When you think about this, when you have President Bush playing footsies with Obama's wife, and they're all hanging out together, it's because they're in on the deal. They're in on the scam. They all know it's a fucking scam. It's all about robbing people. Find out how much Obama's worth. He wasn't making any money before he was president. None. Wasn't making any money. He's a millionaire now. Multi-millionaire. I don't know what his net worth is, but guarantee it's much more than 4 years of being the president of the United States. Trump is an outsider, and they don't like that because Trump doesn't know the game. He doesn't know the rules of the game. He's not playing the game. He's just being an old fart who likes to.
It's because he has money. People. He doesn't need them to make more money.
And you know, what a lot of people don't realize is Trump's got money. He spent his own money. He's not taking a paycheck, but Trump don't have money. Like he don't have money. There are people. Dianne Feinstein has money. She is loaded. Why is she loaded? Because she uses political influence to ensure that money gets funneled into her bank account. The $1 billion boondoggle train that is getting ready to run through California is being constructed by Dianne Feinstein's husband. How in the fuck is that not a conflict of interest? Especially now that they say they don't have enough money to make the train. Because it's in Dianne Feinstein's bank account. Because that's all they do. They fucking rob you blind. I still stand by what I said before. Don't use any of this. Drop it. Drop it. Especially all the... I can't have parents coming and be like, my baby girl can kill a Chinese with a shovel just like anybody else. I don't need any of that. My little princess knows how to use the bayonet better than any man on the planet. I don't need any of that. I don't care. It's not a force multiplier. Sorry. That's all I'm concerned about is force multiplier. I need to take 30 guys or gals. I don't need to. Some badass Marine lieutenant female needs to take 30 badass female Marines and go way over there. Just go way over there because all the guys are over here. Just go way over there, sneak through enemy lines, way over there, kill all the Chinese or Russians or Colombians or whoever the fuck we're going to be fighting in the next war. Kill them all, and then sneak back in, and we'll have a parade and everything for them. But just stay away from these guys, because as soon as they see you, they're not going to be thinking about killing Chinese. They're going to be thinking about what your phone number is, all that bullshit. I'm not saying that females can't do it. There are females out there that are doing the business every day.
I say it's because women have smaller brains.
John says it's because women have smaller brains.
Jeff has supporting evidence. You want to give people
supporting evidence?
Let's talk about the ship. I know we've talked about it, but it will go good in this video.
So, John wanted to bring up a story I told the other day about. I know you guys are all going to, especially the way she's going to cut this. Skully hates women. I don't hate women. I love women.
There's your soundbite. Say, right? Just go ahead and right now just go, I fucking hate women. They have smaller brains.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, there's your soundbite. Use mine. I fucking hate women. They have smaller brains. They're only good for breeding and dishes. They're like bears. You got a big motion, loud noises. Woman! You walk in a restaurant and yell woman, every woman in the place looks. Because men control women. There's your soundbite. Put it in just like that. And even put in there's your soundbite part. Okay, go.
So, I was telling a story yesterday, and John wanted me to retell this story for the camera, because the camera wasn't on.
See? Here came a woman. Right there. Holy shit.
And you're going to think I hate women because of the stories I tell.
I love women.
But I love women.
I like their vaginas.
And more importantly, nobody that would want to put a woman in harm's way cares about women. Really, if you're saying that if you're willing to just go, okay, women should be on the front lines of combat, getting their fucking heads cracked open just like men, then you really don't care about your daughters. You really don't care about women in general. The reality is it's a barbaric world out there, and to expose your women to that for no reason means you are a barbaric society. There's a reason we as a country have grown as well as we have, and it's because we understand certain things. Yes. Were there Viking females? Yeah, there were. They were some badass Viking females. Were there some badass
numbers weren't there?
Yeah. Were there some badass Russian females? Some badass Russian snipers? There were, but those circumstances were much different. They were fighting for their lives. The very countries that they were fighting for would not exist. They did not throw everybody into the melee. Men, women, and children.
States is invaded,
we don't need to do that.
When the United States is invaded, fight.
We don't need to do that. There's no reason for us to do that, especially with an all-volunteer force. We don't need to do that. Not saying that women shouldn't join the military. There's all kinds. There's actually more job opportunities within the military that have nothing to do with combat than actually combat. It's harder for you. It's harder for you to actually be in a trench at the front with a rifle, getting ready to shoot the enemy, than it is for you to be in an office, air-conditioned office somewhere, typing up some fucking stupid report that doesn't mean anything. It's easier. It's actually easier to do that. The weird thing about a lot of combat arms is dudes want to be in those combat arms. I didn't want anything to do with any other MOS, even though I was qualified for all the MOSs in the Marine Corps. All I wanted to do was carry a machine gun. Now that's because I was 18 and I was young, and I don't want to say dumb, but all I wanted to do was carry a machine gun. And the Marine Corps was happy to fulfill my needs in those areas. So, but like I said, it's hard enough for men to do some of the things that we want men to do, and the military is terrible, worst in the world at separation. So when they're done with you, they're done with you. That's it. Okay, you're retired. Bye. See you. Thank you. You're out. You did your 4 years. See you. Thank you. They're done with you. And I think for women, here we go. I'm hating women again. But I think for women, they need a little more than that. A little more transition. Even God, there's when you hear about all this PTSD, which 90% of it is fucking bullshit. When you hear about all this PTSD, it's because of the transition problem. And I think a lot of women have a real hard time with that transition. It's just, I don't know, to want to put your, and I will say daughters, to want to let them be in the combat arms with a bunch of 18-year-old,
horny 18-year-old,
crazy ass, I want to blow stuff up guys. It's just, I say you're a terrible parent. You're a terrible parent. I mean, you're honestly a terrible parent if you don't argue with your child about service anyways. And there's an American flag in front of my house, and there's an American flag on my hat, and there's an American and a Marine Corps flag on my flagpole. And tomorrow, if the Commandant of the Marine Corps called me up and said, we're fucking mobilizing the old ones, get your shit. I still have all my shit packed. It's ready to go. I'll be there tomorrow morning. But I had a calling. Me personally, I had a calling. There was nothing else I was going to do in my life. That is what I was going to do. That was my calling. I understand the politics of the military. I understand that we tend to make things seem a little cooler than it really is. I understand all that. But I would still go. But as a parent, I would discourage my child from taking that endeavor. You need to really want to be in the military. You need to really want to live that life if you're going to be successful. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to be successful. If you're just kind of like, I need to get out of the house, I'm going to join the military, you're not going to be successful. The military drums people out all the time, and I've seen it. It ruins kids. You take a perfectly good 18-year-old, put him in the military, and his parents treated him like a princess the entire time, and he gets in there, and he's no longer the princess, or he's no longer the star quarterback. It ruins those kids.